The $250 annual fee hit my gold card account. And whenever that happens on any card, typically the knee-jerk immediate reaction is it's time to cancel and throw it in the trash. But before you decide to do one or both of those things, it's also a great time to evaluate the card itself to see if you are personally getting enough value out of the rewards, benefits, and more specifically to ask the bank or issuer for a retention offer. You may get a great offer, you might get an okay offer, or you might get a really lousy offer, or perhaps even no offer at all. But the only way to know is to find out. And how do you find out? By contacting the bank. So I had a chat with American Express about my gold card. I screenshotted the entire conversation, so we'll go through it together. That way we can see what I said and how they responded. Plus a special bonus of a problem that occurred right as I was about to accept the offer. So stay tuned for that because I'll show you what happened, how I got around it, and actually how I came out more ahead than I thought I would. So here's how it all went down. I logged into my Amex account, pulled up the chat feature in the bottom right hand corner, and you always start with a bot here, which said, "Welcome back, Jeffrey," my official first name. In a few words, tell me what you need help with. And so I just said, "Hi, I'm considering canceling my Amex Gold Card ending in super secret digits." It's just helpful to have clarity up front so when the agent eventually takes over the chat from the bot, they're able to go through the history quickly and just get all the info that they need. What you'll see me do throughout this video is just cover it up by saying 1, 2, 3, 4 as placeholder digits for what my card ends with. So again, I'm considering canceling my gold card. Are there any offers available to help me make a decision to keep it? The bot then took over here, just said that we value your membership. Sorry to see you'd like to cancel it. I then confirmed my desire to cancel. And then it prompted me for the reason for canceling the card. I just said the annual fee cost and frustration using the dining credit. From there, I was transferred to a live agent. Mandy entered the chat here saying, again, sorry to hear about your decision to cancel. She's going to then check on it, meaning checking my account. As a frontline agent for customer support, Mandy doesn't have the authority to really deal with all the retention type of offers here. This is typically Amex's case that you'll almost always see here. So then she would transfer me to a more specialized agent here. This person's name was Patrick, who is a customer care professional. The specific department being membership consulting services. He then confirmed that, hey, I understand you're looking to cancel the card. I confirmed that. So again, all the chat history stays with you every time you're transferred to a new person, which is really nice. He then proceeded to ask me what the specific reason was for why the card's not working for me. So I then responded with the $250 annual fee is too high. I'm frustrated, should have said frustrated, typo, frustrated using the $120 dining credit since it's limited to partners I don't normally use. And while that's probably sufficient, I want to just kind of move along as quickly as possible rather than too much back and forth. So I threw in one more little point here about a competitor card, which many of you may know about. So I also said I'm currently thinking about the US Bank Altitude Go card, which also earns 4x on dining, has a $0 annual fee, and has no credits to deal with. With your gold card, you can earn 4x points on groceries at US supermarkets, blah, blah, blah. So now we're going into the reward structure of the card. Scroll down further, some benefits. Plus, if I were to spend, for an example, going through a hypothetical situation, $1,000 a month on groceries and restaurants, that would be 48,000 points per year, worth $480 toward gift cards or flights. He then mentioned the $10 Uber credit and the $10 dining credit with select partners, and then asked me just straight up, wouldn't you agree that the benefits are worth keeping the account active to generate significant value? For some people, spending $1,000 a month on food, among other things as well, all through the gold card, perhaps so, but for me, not so much. So here's my response to that. I'm sorry, but that doesn't work for me. I don't spend anywhere near $1,000 on groceries and restaurants per month, and again, the dining credit is far too limited. Here's how he reacted to that. I can understand, but if you would use this card for these purchases, I'm positive you can generate considerable value. Our idea is to ensure our card members are getting the best value out of the card and to top up the value created by the benefits of the card. I can add an offer to your account to create additional value. I like the sound of that. That means ding ding, retention offer likely coming my way. And it sure did. All right, let me jump in here real quick because there's something you need to know if you want to get the most value out of your credit card points. You may have heard that using transfer partners is the best potential way to make your points worth more, meaning you literally transfer your points from the bank program into other partner programs like airline frequent flyer programs and hotel programs. And this is where the big secret lies. Throughout the year, certain partners will increase their transfer ratios so you get even more miles or points with every transfer you make. However, these promotions often start without warning and only last for a super limited time. Which brings us to today's sponsor, Your Best Credit Cards. Their team launched an incredibly useful feature called Transfer Bonus Notifications. Once you sign up for this tool, you can set custom email alerts to know exactly when new transfer offers become available, and again, just before they expire. And the best part, this service is entirely free. All you need to do is subscribe to the alerts, create your account, and customize which alerts you'd like to receive and how often. Then you'll start receiving those alerts by email, like this one I got about a bonus when transferring to the Avianca Life Miles program. As an added bonus, you'll also receive insider tips on how to use the different programs to your advantage. So if you'd like to start traveling more and using fewer points to pay for that dream vacation, then click the link down below in the description to create your free account today. Now back to the rest of the video. Here's what I got. Because you are such a valued card member, you can earn 15,000 membership rewards points after you spend $2,000 or more on purchases on your American Express Gold Card account within 3 months of accepting the offer. The 15,000 membership rewards points will be credited to your account 8 to 12 weeks after the purchase requirement has been met. This is our way of saying thank you for keeping your American Express Gold Card account open today. Followed by a very similar question. Wouldn't you agree that these benefits and features on your card with this offer can help you keep the account open and generate more value for you? I personally value those 15,000 points at a minimum of $150. So for a $250 annual fee minus $150, now it'll just be a $100 out of pocket to keep the card, earn more points, use the credits, and of course generate referrals on the card up to the maximum Amex allows each year. That's why I said yes. That would be a big help. I really appreciate and accept the offer. He then proceeded to wrap things up here by saying, awesome, thank you for showing interest in the offer, and then sent me a disclosure to read. Here it is on the screen. If you want to pause this and read over all the details, you can definitely do so. Essentially, it's all the stuff that we just covered, plus more things about the program and how you should not be gaming the program here. So if they detect that you're going to be, getting offers that are not intended for you or something, you're trying to abuse the rewards program by getting the bonus points, canceling your card quickly after, then Amex has the right to basically penalize you. Here's part one. Scroll down a little bit. There's a second half about the gaming portion of it all too. And I'm also agreeing to keep my account open for another 12 months by accepting and receiving this offer. Then to conclude the first half here, he then prompted me with, do I have your approval to process your request to keep your card account open? And I said, yes, you have my approval. That was then followed by a very cordial, thank you, congratulations, your offer has been activated. Boom. But that's when I noticed a big problem. I received this email from American Express. The subject line was, thanks for speaking with us, basically thanking me for continuing my membership with my card and with the bank itself. But remember, we've been talking about my gold card account ending in 1234 for the purposes of this video. But the last 4 digits on the email here were not 1234, rather 5678. That's because I actually have 2 American Express gold cards, and the offer got applied to the wrong one. So back to the chat we go. Before closing out, here's what I said. I just received an email confirmation. It looks like the offer was applied to the card ending in 5678. Is that correct? He then said, yes, the offer's applied to that card. I then said, got it, one moment to double check myself here. And in the meantime, he said, sure, I can see that you mentioned the other gold card as well in the beginning of the chat. So if he already knew that, then I'm wondering, why did you apply it to the wrong card account? Or perhaps maybe he just saw that now. There was some sort of miscommunication here, and I wanted to get it on the correct card, or potentially walked away with 2 different retention offers. So here's what I did about that. I said, that's right. I like to keep one open for referrals each year. Since my initial inquiry was for the one ending in 1234, could you please check that account for a similar offer? That's the one that had the fee post recently. The agent then said, "Sure thing, please give me a minute more." After which I received quite a welcome reply. "Jeffrey, I see that there is another offer available for this card. Because you are such a valued card member, you can earn 10,000 membership rewards points after you spend $2,000 or more on purchases on your American Express Gold Card account within the first 3 months of accepting the offer, with the same 8 to 12 weeks for depositing after I meet that requirement." Now remember, I just got another offer for 15,000 points on my first card with the same spend requirement, 2K, in the same time frame, 3 months. And historically, from other conversations like this one, I've known that there are other potential offers that may be available on my account. The Amex agents just show you one up front, but there may or may not be more. So I asked if there were more. "Are there any additional offers?" He then said, "I have checked it thoroughly and I see that this is the only offer available at this time. The availability of offers and its value can change daily." So at this point, I can either wait a little bit longer and try on a different day, perhaps multiple days, and see if the offer changes. But right now, for convenience sake, I didn't want to, really worry about this too much. I have an offer in front of me that significantly cuts down the cost of my annual fee out of pocket. So given that there was nothing else, although I did check, which is always smart to do, I just said, "Understood, I accept the above offer for 10K points as well." We then had another round of sharing the disclosures of this same type of thing, the only difference being the point amount, but everything else was pretty much identical. How about a summary of all this, plus a few extra insights which you may not have thought about? For Amex Gold Card number 1, the offer I received, again to recap, was 15,000 points after spending $2,000 or more within 3 months. Now the date I opened this account was February 2016, so a little over 8 years ago here, and my annual spend for the most recent full year, 2023, was $14.76 and 12 cents. Then for my second Amex Gold Card, again, that offer was to earn 10,000 points after spending 2K or more in the first 3 months. The date I opened this account was much more recent, in April 2023, so a little over 1 year ago, and my annual spend on the card for all of 2023 was just $765.77. Naturally, this leads us to ask ourselves, is the reason why I got the higher offer on the first card because it was open longer, or because I spent more, or perhaps a combination of both? There's no way for me to know for sure. That's Amex's own criteria, perhaps algorithm or whatever it is for their system, but that is something to think about at least. And lastly, to bring this video in for a nice smooth landing, let's give you a few key takeaways to consider as well. Number 1, retention offers may not always be available, so ask. That's the only way you're gonna find out. 2, retention offers can be available at different times, including before or after your anniversary date. So ask whenever you like. Interestingly enough, when the agent applied the first retention offer to the wrong Amex Gold Card, I had already had my account anniversary on that one. I paid the annual fee, and that was probably 2 months ago. So here I am already a couple months into my next year cycle, but the retention offer was still there. So also something to be aware of. Remember, whether it's before your anniversary date, on the date, after the date, just ask if you're curious. Number 3, retention offers can be available on any card, including multiple cards. So ask about them all. This video was a perfect example of that. And number 4, if you accept an offer and receive a bonus, you must keep the card open for at least 12 months. After that time, you can cancel, downgrade, or keep the card without worry. And in case you didn't pause the terms and read them earlier in this video, here's one line that you really want to be aware of. If you downgrade to or cancel too early, Amex then may freeze, take away membership rewards points, or they may also cancel all of your cards that they have with us based on their own discretion. So you don't want to play the game the system and cross the line too far. You made a 12-month commitment, so honor it. Having said that, retention offers are a great way to get additional value without having to apply for a new card, open a new account, and you also avoid any sort of hard inquiry on your profile too. So if you're kind of on the edge of, does this fee gonna be worth paying for me based on the benefits and all that, getting a retention offer in the form of more points, a statement credit, or whatever you happen to get can really help you make a decision and get more value without having to, of course, affect your report or your overall card portfolio whatsoever. Also, if you'd like to learn more about any of the cards mentioned in this or in other videos, check out my site, markscreditcards.com/offers, to view a bunch of great ones organized by category. That way you can find the ones that interest you the most. And as you continue working on your own credit card strategy about which cards to keep versus cancel, check out this video next about how many cards you should have in the first place. Wherever you decide to click next, I will see you there.